right, welcome to Friday Night Draw. As always, brought to you by NSC Live TV. And here, as always, we got Rodney Fike with us. How we doing tonight?
Hey, doing good, doing good. How about yourself?
Doing pretty good.
Excellent.
Get all ready for rabbit season or duck season here.
That's right. You're doing better than me though, because you guys already saw WandaVision.
We did take that in right before we hopped on here, right after we finished dinner.
Yeah.
And it's definitely different. If anybody's seen the little teaser preview thing that they put out, it's total flip flop from everything we've seen for the previous 3 episodes, and it gives a nice setup as to everything that's going on.
That's too cool. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, it's neat. So I'm curious to see like where they're going to go from here. If they're going to like bounce back and forth, or if it's going to be like, episode covers this, and then we see an episode from this point of view. How they do it. It's going to be interesting.
Cool. Finally starting to get in the meat and potatoes of it.
Oh yeah.
Although, I did notice something today. I was watching Ant-Man while I was working earlier, and the one guy in Michael Pena's crew, the Russian guy, Kurt, he was typing something on the computer, and he had a ring on, and I could have swore it was a sword emblem on the ring, and I wasn't paying attention. I was getting ice on the refrigerator, and I kind of glanced up and looked right at the ring, and I was like, "Is that a sword emblem?" And as soon as I thought it went away. So I got to go back now and pull it up on Disney Plus and pause it there to see what that is.
Yeah, that's interesting. I didn't catch that before, so interesting to see if it isn't. And that's in the second one, like it was never like outright said or shown or anything, but the guys that were trying to buy the stuff and double cross everybody and whatnot, they were somehow was it they were working for like former Hydra, or they were working for somebody. I'm blanking on it right now. So there's like a lot of loose threads going on in those movies.
Yeah.
Hopefully, Quantum Mania will give us some tie up all the loose ends there.
Yeah, all will be revealed.
Oh yeah,
at some point.
So what are we drawing tonight? What are we drawing? We're drawing a rabbit season or a duck season.
That's right. I am drawing Daffy Duck, and you're drawing
good old Bugs Bunny.
Good old Bugs.
And just to make Andre happy, I'm going to draw him looking the other direction.
Look at you. Out there pleasing the fans.
It's all for Andre. And he's not even here giving us grief yet.
Not yet. He'll be here.
He's probably out feeding the squirrels.
That's it. Shoveling the driveway for him or feeding him.
All right, producer A saying, well, we had 7 in the house. Now we got 6 in the house. Should we commence with the sketching?
Sure.
Shall we bring up the rules?
That sounds like a plan to me.
Give everybody a refresher course. So here we are. As usual, we're going to sketch for 30 minutes. You can buy the piece for $35. If you're interested in picking up Rodney's piece, head on over to Facebook, The Art of Rodney Fike. Shoot producer B a message. If you're interested in picking up my piece, head on over to Sean Forney Illustration, message producer A. They're 6x9 sketches in pencil. You can add ink. You can add color for additional fees there. We're going to throw in free U.S. first class USPS shipping if you buy during the stream. You can let us know if you're international, and we will give you pricing on that before you make your final purchase. All that good stuff. Message the producers. They'll get you taken care of.
Whew.
All right. That was a mouthful.
Good job.
I did, but I'll say it again. We're brought to you by NSC Live TV.
There we go.
There you go. All right. You wanna count us down here? 3, 2, 1, and go.
Go. All right. Let's see. What can we talk about?
Let's see. Well, in just a little bit, just after we finish off the all sketch off here, Jose is going to join us to talk Power Ninja Toons.
Yay.
So we got a question coming from me. Who's your favorite Looney Tune? What's producer B saying?
She said, "You are talented. You can draw and ask questions."
I know, right? It's like magic. So let's see. Favorite Looney Tune. Favorite Looney Tune. Ooh, that's a tough one.
I would have to go ahead.
I don't know. As a kid, obviously I liked Bugs because he was always, the star of the show, whatnot. But I always liked watching a lot of the other characters like Sylvester, and he would get in all the trouble with either Tweety or the big junkyard dog. I don't remember his name.
Yeah.
And then Foghorn Leghorn.
Yeah. I love Foghorn Leghorn. He was the best.
Oh yeah. Whenever he was dealing with the little rambunctious little chicken.
Little chicken. I'm a chicken hawk.
Yeah, that one. All this stuff he would just come up and say to him. It's just hilarious.
Boy, you're about as sharp as a sack of wet mice.
Yeah.
I remember being a kid growing up, my stepdad would lay on the couch and watch it with us. And he would cackle like a hyena. Foghorn was his favorite. And grown-ass man, and he would just laugh his ass off at Foghorn Leghorn.
Yeah, you know what? My dad did too. That was like one of the things I watched all the time. Before school, be eating breakfast, whatever, have that going in the morning.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that was like one of the things my dad was always laughing at too, was Foghorn Leghorn.
I mean, how can you not? It was just so ridiculous. Like they would make a whole production out of him coming out of the house, just humming a song to himself, going over, picking up a piece of, a plank of wood off the fence, running over and grabbing the dog and just whacking him in the ass with it.
Oh yeah.
Just the absurdity of it was just the best.
Yeah, just every little gag they were able to fit in there that nowadays would never fly.
No, God
no. Andre says the skunk is the best.
Pepe Le Pew.
And Warner says Pete Puma, hands down. But Tweety's episode when he drank the Mr. Hyde formula is one of the funniest cartoons. Yeah. Didn't he go around just chasing and tormenting the heck out of Sylvester?
Oh, there's so many good ones.
I always love the one with Bugs and Dracula.
Oh yeah. Well, God, just something when Daffy Duck was the detective and Porky Pig was his sidekick, and
oh yeah.
And then the whole Robin Hood thing with Daffy and Bugs.
Yeah.
Oh, man, just on and on and on. And then the what was the big red monster's name?
Gossamer.
Gossamer, yeah. And then the wrestlers in the wrestling ring.
Oh yeah, I kind of forgot about them.
Yeah. Oh man, it just.
Can we expect some Pinky and the Brain variants in the Super Tunes? Well, Jose will be on in a little bit. You can ask away. I don't know if that's been discussed. I know there's some extra variants on the way, but I don't actually know what they are yet.
That's true. We are in a holding pattern with that.
I do know that we get to show off some new artwork tonight.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. That'll be sweet.
There we go. Marvin the Martian, and Warner's got it. Abracapocus, Hocus Cadabra. Tina says, I love Marvin. Warner says, no canine love. Canine. Oh, okay. Yeah. Now I remember. I didn't realize that was his name.
What's that?
Canine was Marvin's dog.
Oh, okay.
Canine was also the doctor's dog. But now we're switching genres.
Remember Foghorn Leghorn's girlfriend?
Oh, no, I don't.
The skinny chicken, she talked like this.
Ooh, okay,
Yeah. Heavens.
Miss Prissy.
Yeah.
Producer A is working the Google. and Andre, I haven't heard any comment. Bugs is going the opposite direction. Wrong stream, Warner. What do you do? He's all about the Looney Tunes. So I just had a crazy thought pop into my head.
Oh,
so
shit.
I don't know if they were always, if Looney Tunes were always a Warner Brothers property, or if that was something that like came from like.
No, they were.
Okay, so the Warner Brothers are from Ohio.
Really?
Yep. I forget where, but there's a little placard somewhere about where they're from. The Ohio History Connection shares it every once in a while when it comes up on the anniversary of like their birthdays or something like that.
Huh.
So does Ohio get to take credit for the Looney Tunes?
That's awesome. Ohio can take the credit for a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
That's why we are the heart of it all.
There you go.
Well, they weren't born here, though.
Oh, they weren't born here. They're just from here or lived here or whatever.
Yeah, they ran, the three elder brothers ran a movie theater business.
They ran a movie theater business, the three elder brothers. Now it sounds like we're talking Harry Potter. In the mining towns of Pennsylvania and Ohio. Warner says, nice Duck Dodgers, Rod.
Thank you, sir.
What? The Warner Brothers are actually Canadian?
Yeah.
Get out.
Ah, crap. Well, we just lost all of our credibility.
Get out.
It's all going to them darn Canadians.
Polish Jewish parents, Poland, and Canada.
Polish Jewish parents that went to Canada. That's a mouthful.
Gesundheit.
right?
Actually, like, is the actual real doctor.
I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that one. It sounded like you said Wonkoslar. Like the Wonkas got married into something there or something. Before it was Americanized because the folks at the Canadianized because the folks at the Canadian Statue of Liberty were like, we don't know how to spell that. We're going to shorten that.
Well, the kids all had Yiddish sounding names and they were all converted as well.
Ohio only has the Browns. Thank you. Now take back Beaver. Oh shoot! I thought of something else. I was gonna question Andre's palm thing from last night because I looked up the whole palm frit thing that I brought up for the French fries.
Oh yeah.
Like if you do a literal translation, it's fried apples. Like how do fried apples turn into French fries? I don't.
Well, they probably cut the apples. You know, there's a tool that you put on the apple and it cuts it into wedges.
Oh yeah.
And then they probably fried those fried apples. And at some point, somebody said, "Hey, we can do the same thing with a tater." And
I'll buy that.
Came up with tater fries. Said, "I call them French fries." Oui. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Problem is, they were invented in Holland.
Don't say that out loud.
Andre says it's French. Go figure. That was what I was getting at because I was looking at it going, what? Jamie, Jose is going to join us after the sketch off. That's when we usually bring on the guests. 8:35 or so. And we'll talk all sorts of Power Ninja Toons. Yeah, Jonathan, aren't you the vegetarian? Shouldn't you know this? Are they like road apples? He should. He's a Texan. Andre, there we go. Fruit of the dirt, they sure are, JD. They sure are. Just pull them out of the ground, take a big old bite of them. Crunch and crisp.
Yummers.
Goes great with some roadside cheese.
Grandpa's cheese barn.
Grandpa's cheese barn.
Wasabi. Horseradish.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to try this whenever the heck we can, get out of the house and venture to whatever town that is on the way up north there.
Buy some for me.
Just might have to.
Don't forget the ghost pepper cheddar.
Nice.
Woo!
We had a friend that would stop there pretty much religiously anytime going back and forth. I'm blanking on who that was.
Back before the vid, they gave out samples.
Oh yeah.
They don't do that anymore.
Oh yeah. I don't think anybody does.
No more pretzel sticks and samples.
Oh yeah, those were good. I like going and touring all the stuff in Amish country with those.
Oh yeah.
JD says I've definitely eaten a raw potato before, but not a fan. I wouldn't think so.
I used to eat raw potatoes all the time.
Really?
Oh, yeah, well, when I was a kid, but oh yeah. But I'm a weirdo, so what do you know?
I guess I don't know. That's a new one.
It's a '70s thing.
Let's see. Andre says had some Japanese the other day. Wasabi made my nose bleed. True story, or I'm sorry, true storty. Stroti. I don't even know how to pronounce whatever the heck he managed to type.
True Strati.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Oh. Focus. Focus.
Once I actually sat on stream for 90 minutes eating a 2.5 pound cabbage. This was pre-vegan days, though.
Wow.
Why?
Exactly.
Warren says, not bad, but stay away from the green skins. It was a number 2. Ah, yes. The wasabi must have been a number 2. Number 2 when it comes to the Asian food is super nuclear hot, apparently.
Oh, I usually do the number 10.
We had a fun adventure at San Diego, and Josh and I got a number 2 on I think they were Drunken Noodles.
Yeah.
And Josh was just pretty much like dripping fluid from trying to eat it.
It's the best kind. You're making my mouth water.
I still I'm probably sure I got some weird looks back when I looked at the couple that sat down next to us, and the guy was like, I'll take a number. I think he said 5 or 7 or something like that. I was just like, oh crap, this guy's gonna die.
Yeah, I always get 10 every time, no matter where we go.
You're a brave man.
Where's this high place? I can order 20.
That was Mai Tai. She ordered me one time a 20.
Wow.
And it was we went and picked it up, and that about killed me. But goddamn, it was good.
You're like, next time, just take a slight edge off of it.
I ate it, but it was painful.
I'm guessing the next morning was really painful.
I sat in a tub of aloe first.
I think you need to.
I just let it fly. Hose myself off out in the yard. It's the best way.
All right, 12 minutes. Let's see. Jonathan says, to be honest, it was mainly just to weird everyone in my chat out. I just sat there and ate it like a giant apple. Wouldn't even acknowledge that I was even doing it when people asked. And Josh is trying to claim the scale went from hot to mild. Because we went to the one restaurant that did it backwards.
Oh.
There was a lot of sarcasm oozing from the living room.
Did she tell the story another way?
Pretty much. And she says Josh is just a wimp. Hey, I was doing just fine with my number 2. The number 2 later, however, we won't go there.
Yeah, that's when it literally kicks you in the ass.
Exactly. Have we ever drawn Looney Tunes before? Does 24 pages of a Looney Tunes parody count? Commissions? I don't think so.
I have.
And he has? I have not. Warner did. He did Pete Puma. Inconveniently Wet. Getting squirreled already.
Misbehaving.
Andre says, I love that we're all so comfortable with each other that we can talk about anything. Well, you know, we wouldn't have it any other way.
That's right.
I'm sure the rest of the internet loves it.
We're all one big dysfunctional family.
Exactly.
We're stuck with each other, so.
We got to wonder because the little ticker at the top says there's 9 people watching and there's only 3 people commenting. Have we scared away everybody else?
Must have. Come on, folks. Don't be scared. Engage.
Yeah, join in the conversation. We're drawing Looney Tunes. We're going to be talking some Power Ninja Tunes. We're telling war stories of spicy foods. Everybody's got one of those stories.
So how far outside of your wheelhouse was Power Ninja Toons?
How far outside of my wheelhouse was Power Ninja Tunes to draw? It wasn't too far out of my wheelhouse. But I will admit that, like, I wanted to try to get, like, a little bit more cartoony on some of the stuff. And that was what prompted me the one day to order the Battle Chasers trade. So I had a little bit more reference of something a little bit more cartoony to play with, to like give me some ideas, and it really did. Like that is definitely like one of my top all-time books.
Yeah.
And like going back and rereading it, like, you know, every once in a while I'd pull out the individual issues, but like I was just like, screw it, I'm not gonna go dig in boxes to go find books. You know, I can put this thing on the shelf next to the desk here, and it pretty much has not left my desk since I got it, because I keep looking back at it, because it's like those guys just went above and beyond on all the artwork, you know. Yep. from pencils all the way to colors, and like the whole thing has definitely inspired everything I did with the Power Ninja Toons stuff, because it's like I was looking back at it and it's like, you know, a lot of folks have moved away from like coloring style close to what the Liquid guys were doing, but it's like it totally fits what we're doing with the Power Ninja Toons thing.
Oh yeah,
so I've tried to like bring some of that in there.
Yeah,
because those guys just rocked at doing the effects.
Yeah. Whatever happened to Liquid? Are they still doing comics?
The one guy I think completely got out of it. And then the other guy, he came on and did some colors for when Joe Mad did the Ultimates book that he did.
Yeah.
And I think that was like his last venture into comics that I'm aware of, anyway.
Didn't they do at some point the Fantastic Four, when was it Ringo was doing the artwork? Wasn't that
they could have.
That was coloring it?
I would say it's probably good possibility. I know if there for a while they were coloring a ton of stuff. One of them, maybe even both of them, went over to doing video games.
Okay.
And doing stuff like that.
With Joe?
I want to say yes, but I'm not positive on that. I think they kind of made the jump first, if I'm not mistaken.
Huh.
Let's see. Jamie says, I'm just listening in the background while I piddle on my PC. Warner says the hardest part would be staying on model, I think. And yeah, it was definitely a little tricky, but that's why we took the time and did the style guides before we dove in doing the book. And as I noticed today, that some of the pages I got a little too jump the gun and realized I left off part of a mask on a page.
Uh-oh.
So got to go back in and add that in later. We got 5 minutes. So Jonathan says, man, now I'm going to go watch Daffy Scarlet Pimpernel cartoon. I do believe that's on HBO Max.
The Scarlet Pumpernickel is the best.
Oh, yeah. Where's the Illudium PU-38 space modulator?
Illudium P-38 space modulator. I'm going to blow it up. It obstructs my view of Venus.
Nice.
When Daffy would say the Scarlet Pumpernickel, the thing that would kill me is when he would say the Scarlet Pumpernickel, and then he would always follow up with.
Oh yeah.
It's hilarious. Just that little subtle stuff that they did all the time, like the Foghorn Leghorn just humming to himself as he's going out the house to beat the hell out of the dog.
Yeah.
There's just no rhyme or reason to it. It's just stupid, silly.
Oh yeah. No, I like those guys. Just, they obviously had a blast making that stuff.
Oh yeah.
And now it says obstruct your view of Uranus, please.
It obstructs my view of Uranus. Isn't it delightful?
Daffy as the sheriff was a great one too. Oh, I'm not remembering that one.
The Western?
I don't know. He says sheriff. I'm assuming so.
Detective.
I like that. I think it was from one of the movies. Maybe it was even just the show, but the Droop Along Daffy? Drip Along Daffy.
Drip Along Daffy, yeah.
The one where they were like ghost hunters.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to remember. I just remember like getting a kick out of Porky's bit in that thing.
Just so many good ones.
Oh yeah.
I could.
Andre says you're the best.
I could watch Looney Tunes for hours.
Yeah, that stuff saying that might be tomorrow. That might be our background noise for tomorrow. It's just popping on Looney Tunes on HBO. Any other comic book news we need to talk about?
I didn't see any today, and I looked a couple of times.
I honestly, I had my head buried in the computer almost all day, so
yeah,
I didn't really see anything. Snyder Cut got an official release date, March 18th.
Huh. There we go.
What's our time at? Minute 40.
All right.
Oh, and they released 3 new posters for it. I saw that there was I want to say it was like a film canister that said Snyder on it or something. That was the one I remember seeing, and there was another one with like a shredded up flag. Kind of put me in mind of Death of Superman.
Yeah, so it's immediately.
Jared Leto says that the Morbius could happen with a crossover with Blade.
Morbius could cross over with Blade, according to Jared Leto.
That would be wicked.
That would be. I'm gonna take it with a grain of salt right now. It's Jared Leto and Morbius, so we get to see how good Morbius might be.
Well, I'm just excited for Mahershala Ali as Blade.
Yeah, Mahershala Ali's gonna do awesome with Blade.
Yeah.
Right.
30 seconds.
I think I'm done.
Yeah, I'm kind of like running out of stuff to do on bugs here. I cleaned them up a little bit. There he is, complete with Andre wanting him drawn facing the other direction. There you go.
Good job. Yeah, Andre was giving him crap last night because always draws his guys facing to the left.
Just easier. My hand's not covering it up that way.
Take your time.
There's our time. So there we go, folks. These are still available. You can head on over to our Facebook pages and message if you are interested in them.
Andre.
Did you see her?
I'm still gonna go with your crazy. I don't know if I buy it yet. I'm thinking Doctor Strange is gonna bring him on. All right, we got a snapshot of that. Shall we welcome our guest?
Yes, let's welcome our guest.
Hey.
Hey, Jose, how you doing, buddy?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Outstanding.
Sketches, they're so nice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So how's it going?
Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, how's your guys' days today?
Pretty good. Yeah.
Good.
Staying busy. I just finished inking the second variant cover, sent it over to Sean. So he's got it in his little grubby hands. He's going to be coloring it probably tomorrow.
Yep.
You guys are. I did not expect this project to get done that quick. It was just, my family didn't even believe it half the time. Like I was like, "Yo, this is moving forward already." Oh, all right, yeah. Well, and then even me sometimes, I would be like, "Dang, is it moving that quick?" And then next thing you know, in a way, I'm so happy it's almost done, but at the same time, I'm a little upset because then it's like over. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like waking up, seeing emails, seeing the process. Then it's like, dang, then this is just going to wrap up and there,
This is where the fun will just begin. Because then you got to dive into the Kickstarter and start promoting and all that fun stuff.
Yeah. And then not to mention, I wonder what we can do after this, especially with, exclusives later. I'm pretty sure we can play with a lot of covers,
Yeah. Andre, who's in the comments, he already mentioned wanting to see Pinky in the Brain.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah. I had a lot of people when I announced this message me, about, like, I think Carriage the Cowardly Dog. And they're all,
Okay.
some would be fun. And then I thought of it. I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of fun things we could do with this, we'll see,
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure we'll figure something out. The cool thing about this is once it wraps up, it's like a whole new beginning.
Yeah.
There'd be a lot of things we could do with this. Like, I can't imagine, from here in like 5 years where it's gonna be,
Oh yeah. You're just at the starting phase of the whole thing, and just seeing how it's going to grow from here.
Yeah, and then I have 5 retailers that want exclusives with this, so it's for me that's like, whoa, they already sent me concepts and everything, and I'm just like, whoa, like here's the start,
Oh yeah.
This is just the beginning.
Yeah, so I can't wait to see what the future is going to bring to us. Not to mention, not just with this, hopefully, a bunch of other projects.
Sounds good.
Oh yeah. So
yeah, I'm glad we have a date for this finally.
Yeah. You wanna break it down for everybody? Give them the date.
Yeah, you know what? When I first announced this and I said February. Again, I had a lot of messages. February, when? I was just like, I wanted to give everybody a date instead of saying coming soon, or a month or something close to it. Because if I said coming soon, that can be months sometimes,
Oh, yeah.
I knew it was going to be February. I just had no idea what date. I was just waiting for some paperwork. Once I got that paperwork, finally, I was just like, okay, this is technically all I was waiting for. Here's the date. I think I talked to you, Sean, right, about it?
Yes.
Yeah, so the official date is February 16th. So, right? 16th, yeah. February 16th. So that's going to be fun. And I already have, you know, perks lined up, rewards. Is that what we call it? Perks or rewards?
So yeah, your rewards are what people can like pledge towards the actual package there, and then your stretch goals. I guess your stretch goals would kind of be your perks as you get into it.
There you, yeah, that would make sense. Yeah, no, I did come up with some cool stretch goals. I hope we even, you know, get to that part too. Just reaching the goal for me is already big, you know, but if we can stretch it out, there's a lot of cool things I came up with that we can, you know, as perks. And
Nice.
Hopefully things go the way they're supposed to be.
Oh yeah. We'll get the word out, and I don't know if you can see all the comments on your end, but you know, everybody in here was awesome on both Rodney's Kickstarter and my Kickstarter that we did a few months back. Everybody got the word out, jumped in. Heck, half of the guys commenting in here actually even contributed to it. They contributed artwork and stuff. So we'll all do our best to get the word out and get it in front of everybody.
Yeah, yeah, that's fun. Mainly just, you know, to help to continue things. That's mainly the big thing. You know, I hope from here we can open doors for even arson, which is a project that I told you about already before this. I think, now that I think of it, I brought this to your attention first, right?
Yes.
It was back like in, you know, because I was trying to get this artist locked into it. It kind of kept getting pushed back because a lot of offers were coming to him, which, you know, I'm glad he took everything because, you know, I understand what was happening with Diego. He's exploding, you know. A lot of publishers are reaching out to him a bunch. So they offered him the first time that it got delayed was because they offered him Stranger Things. And
nice.
I don't think I can, you know, say what they offered him next, but they offered him something really nice. So he took it, and this is why, you know, we move forward with this one. This was originally supposed to be my second project. So you know, I'm happy. Well, I'm happy as the first either way. And then if things go the way they're supposed to, Arson is moving next. You know, I have the script literally done, ready to go. I guess we could just do some final touches if we have to, you know? We shouldn't take long. With you guys, we won't. You know, weeks, I think or less, you know, to get that script wrapped up, you know?
Sounds awesome. Can't wait.
Yeah. So Jamie says he's going to start saving now for the book.
I like that you guys decided to do Looney Tunes today. Big. For me, at least. We did Looney Tunes sculptures. That's super cool. Did you guys do Looney Tunes for your guys' show?
Yes. So yeah, for what we started out, like we always do these little sketch-off battles for the first 30 minutes. And Rodney and I pick a favorite character. We take suggestions, whatever. And we figured, you know, for tonight, you know, getting closer to February, get you on here, talk about the project, and we could do a little tie-in with the Looney Tunes and whatnot.
You know, I just saw Rodney's logo right here with the Looney Tunes. That's hilarious. That's cool. That is really
Thank
cool.
You.
I noticed that. Did you just do that, or did you always have that?
We've had that for sometime last year. We came up with that. Yeah.
Oh wow! So
yeah, actually, Dave, the letterer for Power Ninja Toons, came up with that for us. I did the illustration, and he took it and vectorized it, and came up with the rest of the logo.
That is that is cool, and I'm glad that. Then I imagine when we put you, when Sean reached out to you, I'm pretty sure you were really excited.
Oh yeah, I'm probably the biggest Looney Tunes fan here, so I was completely jacked for this project.
That's why we ended up with as good a story as we did, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, because my humor. I do kids books as well, and a lot of the humor that I lace throughout that is all based on watching Looney Tunes for 45 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know, it sometimes shocks me that Looney Tunes has been around that long. Like how many generations it has.
Oh yeah.
It sometimes it's kind of unbelievable knowing that like my grandma and grandpa saw that. You know, it's just crazy how they got to see it. Then I got to see it. My dad got to see it. And not to mention, one day probably. I know I don't have kids, but the generation that's going on right now has even seen it. There's probably like about 10 generations behind it.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy, and that's cool. That's something really big that hasn't, I feel like, gone out of style. I really like it, and I like that. Especially with the designs that you guys came up with. It fit them so perfectly. I got to share this with you guys, but when I first came up with this, and I said, how are we gonna make the Bugs Bunny or Green Ranger? Like, I was like, it's gonna look funny. It's gonna look weird. I thought about that a lot. I think that's probably a main reason why this project, because this thing I came up with it like 2 years ago, about 2 years ago. But I never really try to look, how would I put that together? I never really try to see it to put together because it was kind of hard to imagine. It's hard to put it together. And I think
to visualize it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really hard. And I think when I reached out to you guys, and when I got the first thing I thought when I got the concept and I hadn't even opened it, I was like, it's gonna look funny. It's gonna look kind of weird. Then
Were you nervous? Were you nervous?
I was, because it's those, you don't know what to expect.
Yeah.
It can be the best thing ever, or it can be, you might not like it. Realistically, I loved it right off the bat. Right, my first reaction was, I just said, "Wow!" I'm glad it happened today, or now, because I don't think I would have found any way, or we would have probably put this together the way I wanted to. We gave it 1,000%, and to me that was big.
Yeah, I mean, when you sent the character names and who was which character and all that stuff, I think Rodney and I kind of brainstormed real quick on, we hopped on here on StreamYard and did like a private back and forth trying to get some ideas together, and then we just kind of dove into it. And at least from my perspective of when I jumped in there, it was like, okay, how do you mix the idea of the Looney Tunes and the Power Rangers, and trying to figure out, okay, like you said, they're going to look kind of silly, but like, what's it look like when you put, a Power Ranger helmet on top of one of these characters? Do I keep Bugs' ears? Do I keep Daffy's, giant bill, all that kind of stuff? And it was like, just decided to run with it and play with it. And then, yeah, you wrote back like immediately, like, you dug the design on us. Like, so, okay, now I know which direction to go. And then we both just kind of took off and ran with it.
Yeah. And the thing for me is I want, because we divvied up the characters as far as doing the designs, and I was like, okay, well, I want them to look like Power Rangers, but I also want to add a little twist here and there. Like if the one has a circle emblem on his chest, and I gave him a square emblem, just to kind of mix it up a little bit, and it was fun. Just giving him like. Pepe Le Pew's got the black thumbs on his or his thumb and his forefinger, and his pinky are black and the rest are white. I was just breaking it up, kind of Deadpooling a lot of stuff. And I just had a blast with it. It was fun.
It looks so fun, and I can't even draw. I'm like, if only I can, help somehow, but
I mean, you made our jobs incredibly easy. You had like enough information for us to go off of that.
Yeah.
Sadly, when it comes to a lot of projects, that information's not there, and you had like everything ready to go, or at least you made it seem like you had everything ready to go, and that's what enabled us to just dive in there.
Yeah. And, the overall enthusiasm was, very apparent.
Yeah.
When I try to put it together, I had my one of my cousins to help me out to make sure, because when you write something out, then you got to make sure that the other person, when he reads it, he sees it. reads it and sees it. There you go.
Yes.
So I actually had him. I was like, you know what? Read this. If there's something you think, which is, you know, that he's on here. He's the editor of the book. He did the editing, which he did final touches to it just to make sure that, you know, you guys, you know, especially you guys, when you guys saw it, you guys just, when you read, you see it. Which is, his name is Rigo, and I'm really glad that he gave me a hand with that, just because I think with him and me, I guess, made it that more easier for you guys. And now it's just, my main thing was, will they, you know, struggle, you know, what's next? But surprisingly, I thought we were gonna sit on this until the summer of this year. I thought we were gonna go back and forward for some time, but wow, I was amazed, you know. I could have worked with another company or other people. It was very fun to work with you guys, and easy.
Oh, likewise. I mean, like I said, you made our jobs pretty easy with, like, you know, diving in and, you know, going from the designs and you know, Rodney can speak to the script. I mean, he dove in and had that thing done in like a couple of days. And at one point he called me and just kind of read off a little bit of it, and I was just like, I was blown away in the sense it's like this is like almost better than what it should be, in a sense, you know.
And that's what this was. I did not expect 1,000%. I expected 100. You know, so that shows you the big difference. You guys went so beyond, you know, what I expected. I did not see this coming, and I think it couldn't have been put together any better than you guys. You know, all of us together really brought, you know, this project. And I think you guys were definitely the final recipe to just spark it up, you know.
Well, thank you. It was going back to the doing the writing, that first page there, that came to me. I sat and I stared at the script. And I was down here in the basement in the studio, and I was just kind of looking at it, and I had all these thoughts going through my head, and then a thought just came to me, and I just wrote it down. And it's what's in the book, and I thought, that's pretty cool, because it sets the table for so much more stuff down the road. So if this becomes more than just a one shot, this one page kind of opens up the possibility for that, just the way it's worded. And I was like, wow, okay, cool, this will work. And then Sean read it, and he was like, holy crap, dude.
Yeah. No, yeah. There's no, yeah, that's true. There can be a beyond, you know?
For sure.
Oh yeah. Yeah, everybody's saying hi in the comments. So Russell's here, Jay Lynn's here, Andre's got to go.
Don't go.
Let's see, and I think I said, yeah, Jamie's here. So now everybody's telling Andre bye. But I know you got to keep the story kind of under wraps, because you want people to be surprised by the story. But what can you tell folks about, like, what to expect in the book? Today,
I was thinking a lot about the book. I'm just like, should I really keep it, you know, this private, I guess you could say?
Right.
And today I said, you know what? We're probably going to reveal something. Maybe. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking when the Kickstarter launches, I think maybe that would be a good day to reveal maybe a page with one of the people that I don't want to show.
Right.
That's what I was thinking, just because I think when you see this cover right now, as a fan, I see the Power Rangers and Ninja Turtles crossover, which was 5 issues. And in those 5 issues, there was a bunch of characters that are in this parody, you know?
Yeah.
So that they probably don't see any of that when they see this cover. I wouldn't really see it coming. Maybe it's a good thing. maybe it could be a bad thing, you know, because these characters are so popular, you know. So maybe I'll reveal more than I want to on the day of the Kickstarter.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's gonna be a good story. It's really, I still can't even think of how to, you know, explain to it, because everything is so, once you open the first page, from there it just goes to nothing but, you know, spoilers, you know, if you really
Oh
think,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
you would think.
nonstop action, and you're right. It's like the very first page, like it sets it off, and that's the page you can't show everybody because it kind of gives away everything going on.
Yeah, not to mention, you know, the you know, the little extra, you know, cool thing I added on there. Like, people are not really expecting that, you know, before they start going somewhere else. The basketball scene, I originally wasn't going to share that either.
Yeah.
I wanted they open that to get, you know, a Space Jam feeling.
Oh yeah,
you know?
yeah.
'Cause I love Space Jam as a kid. I rewatched it so many times. It never got old. So, you know, what better, you know, to what could the, you know, Power Tunes or the Power Ninja Tunes be doing, you know, playing, you know, basketball. I thought that would be pretty cool. But other than that, I'm thinking of what little details to give out. Maybe you could help me a little, Sean and Rodney. What do you think we can tell them?
Well, we could start. Can we show the new cover from today?
You know what? Yeah, I think that's going to set a lot of things off, because a lot of people don't know this. Again, because of this cover, they don't know what to expect, what to see. But
Right.
yeah, let's go ahead and share it.
There it is.
Boom.
So we did a little Last Ronin homage there with one of the turtles.
The Last Warrior. Yes, we will have a warrior in this book. In this one shot, we'll call it. We will have a warrior, and that will be very cool to see, which is, you know, AKA, you know, a parody Ronin. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna have him involved in it. And then this other cover that you're doing is gonna be really fun to reveal as well. Luckily from there's really no spoilers on there. I even, you know, with one of, well, I guess I'm gonna share this now. Marat's gonna be doing a cover for us, and I'm actually excited. Because I think on that cover we're gonna see more than I wanted to show, maybe. So if that happens, and maybe talk about it, you know, and reveal that, you know. And then I haven't really seen he did talk to me about it and shared a concept with me, but I don't know what he's gonna feature, who he's gonna feature. But I guess maybe that will be the villain. We'll, you know, give it out, and I'll share a page of the villain he's gonna show on there during the Kickstarter, you know, on the day of the Kickstarter.
Okay.
Nice.
Give everybody a little taste. Jamie's asking how many pages are going to be in the book.
So it's 24 pages. 24 pages of non-stop action. Literally non-stop fun action.
Yeah, I had to come up with new and interesting ways to show some of the action, because I didn't want to like keep repeating stuff. So I was like, okay, how can I just, you know, show somebody throwing a punch different, or, you know, kicking somebody, or using you know, powers, this kind of stuff. It was like I wanted to keep trying to like change up the game.
And you know what? And you did, because I did not expect some scenes on there. You know, like we're gonna call him the, you know, Sylvester. Like, I didn't expect to see him in that situation, but that was funny. You know.
Yeah, that was funny to write too, because to echo Sean trying to come up with ways to draw things, I was trying to, you know, be fresh with, you know, there's so many characters I had to include in there and what was going to happen to them. So it was like, okay, and I made a little chart to keep track of who did what this time and who did what that time. So I didn't double dip them, and it was a hoot. But coming up with the ways that they engaged was was pretty fun.
Yeah,
Especially
no,
Sylvester. Sylvester was. I laughed out loud when I was writing that part.
yeah, no, that one was good. I really like that one too. That's funny that you okay. I'm glad that yeah, when I saw that I was like, okay. But yeah, no, it is the action is very different on every time they're back at it, back in action like they say.
Yeah.
It's different and it feels good and again, it's those things where I mean, I haven't read the final finished project, but it feels like I do because I have all the pages and the script and everything. So I go over it often, and it does. I don't know if it's just me or anything, but I have not got bored of it. It's fun. It's really fun to read, and it's those things that I'm like, you know what, this is just a fun read, and I hope everyone can really. That's what I'm here to do. Try to entertain somebody for, 8 to 10 minutes, however long it takes. The dialogue on it, I'm not gonna lie, when you read it, I was even sharing this with one of my friends, and I was telling him, man, this feels like you're really getting it, from a big publishing company. Even the way Dave even put it in. Dave is so good at that. I actually thank you, Sean, for connecting us because
That was all Rodney and Tina.
Oh, okay. Wow. Well, then I really appreciate you guys because
Yeah, he does all of our books.
Yeah, no, it feels I don't even like to say this, but it feels like real. It feels like a real legit book. It feels good. It feels good seeing it. Well, at least digitally. It feels real professional and well done. It doesn't look, it doesn't feel. That's one thing I was so afraid of, putting something out, and it was gonna feel, not high quality, we'll say, but everything about it is so high quality. I'm even amazed that wow, looks this good. I did not think that it was gonna look this good. It feels great. The dialogue, the bubbles, is that what we call it? The word bubbles?
Yeah, word balloons.
Everything on it, the way, the effects, the boom, the everything just looks very neat. It's going to be a good read. Everyone's going to love this. I hope everyone loves this,
I think if you get a lot of the regular comic folk that pick it up, I think they're gonna dig it. And I think if you get anybody that's any way, shape, form a fan of any of the stuff that's mixed in here, the Power Rangers, the Turtles, the Looney Tunes, they're gonna dig it. I think Rodney was able to work in the script like every little bit of those genres comes across in the story and in the characters.
I agree with you. It's great.
Yeah,
I think if I were to even share that to the younger ones, the older ones, everybody, if some people, I know some people say Power Rangers is lame. How are you gonna like blah 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 blah? But it's that thing where even they can read it and they'll be like, okay, this is good. It's good. I really like it.
Yeah, and I think the three of us are fans of the material to begin with. So I mean, it shows. Like you said, that you really enjoyed the script and the character designs and all that stuff, and it's very evident just by looking at it before you even read it that the people that produced it they were really in their wheelhouse and really enjoying what they were doing.
Yeah, and that's good because I
Yeah.
can't imagine. I imagine there's probably artists out there that work with so many other publishers that take in work and I'm pretty sure there's a couple of them took on some projects that they didn't like, but they did. I'm pretty sure, like as in character wise, you know what I mean. So
Oh yeah.
that probably does actually bring in an outcome of how the book is gonna turn out to be. How much energy is really put into it, because when you put in 1,000%, I think you'll see it. Like this project, when people pick it up, they're gonna know there was 1,000% in here, way over. It looked like they really wanted, they love what they were doing. I think it goes for everything. When you wash your car, when you buy a new car, you probably wash it so many times the first year, you know, and then after it just kind of changes. You wash it, but you don't do it the same way,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I'm glad that you guys really like this project and it, gave it 1,000% on this. I hope everyone enjoys it and we can hopefully later show some pages. Hopefully right before the Kickstarter, I can probably reveal another page, and then we'll reveal one last one during the launch of the Kickstarter, and then the final. Well, I can't say the final cover because I think Marat's we're gonna reveal soon. Once I get his, he did talk to me already. He said he was gonna get it this weekend. So let's see.
Okay.
Still got time.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Jalen Warner, who's in the comments here, was asking for an elevator pitch on the book, and I think we might have to rack our brains with that one to come up with something that's good that doesn't reveal too much of the story, at least.
And I've thought about it so many times, believe it or not. Even before I was on here, I said, how am I gonna, because I'm getting asked that a lot, and I even want to put together, a really brief, good summary about it. What I can tell you is, the Power Ninja Toons basically got, how would I put it together? When you use certain wordings with what's going on, the Power Ranger world will know what's going on. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious. So once you mention one little thing about it, they already ring a bell. Oh, So the Power Ninja Toons have an unexpected guest arrive, and they have to stop him before he takes over this universe.
There you go.
Was that?
Yep.
That makes sense.
Yes. I think you're right. And I don't know the most about Power Rangers, but even when I dove into it and I saw your descriptions of the characters and so on and so forth, I kind of knew right then and there what the story was, at least on the outside. And then Rodney added so much to it as to like what's going on, how the story takes place and evolves throughout the 24 pages. And it's I don't want to say kind of like the cliche type battle stuff. There's a little feel of that, but it's different in the sense that like it kind of gets upended and it's just all out craziness, which totally fits with the Looney Tunes idea.
Yeah. No, yeah, and I feel like, you know what? I feel like I kind of gave a version of a story that I would have wanted with the Power Rangers and the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Because that character and that character together, I thought was very cool. I would have liked to see it. I don't think it would happen, or we're gonna see any of that happen. So here's a little parody of what if that would have happened.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool.
It's a neat way to play in the universe and do stuff that probably would not happen.
Yeah. The chance, I won't see that happening. I would actually be in shock if that were to happen. Who knows? We probably inspired somebody that happened. No, right? Because that would be really cool to see. Just in the real world, I would love to see that. Actually, if this comic book happened in the real world of the Ninja Turtles and the Power Rangers, I think it would be so fun and so cool. Not to mention, the villain, the way it's set up, I don't think you could have, found it any better, And that little itty bitty taste that we threw on there that I don't want to spoil, that little extra that we added that I thought would be just fun for the heck of it,
Yeah.
I don't even know how to explain. I hope you guys know what I'm talking about without giving it away. But that room that he enters before he leaves,
Oh, Okay.
That
Yeah.
I thought was pretty fun just to do it for the heck of it. Why not? You know?
Why not? Yeah. I mean, it's just my mentality of doing it was just no holds barred. Just pull out all the stops and just go full bore and do it with tongue in cheek and just uh, you know, just goofiness and the right blend of goofiness, violence, action, pacing. And I think we did it. I think we nailed it.
Yeah.
Not to toot my own horn or our own horn, but I think we nailed it.
Yeah, definitely. I think yeah. I don't think it could have came out any better. I think it was good. Great actually. I can't even say good, great, amazing. You know, a lot of people, even I haven't even shown my family the results of it, just because, again, when I read it and you know and could we call it rough drafts? Rough drafts. When I read it in in an unfinished, when I read the unfinished project, it's so amazing that I don't even, my wife even hasn't seen the majority of this done. Why? Because it's those things that I feel like when you open it, it already amazes you and you just keep going, you keep going. It's so fun. So I don't want to, again, even spoil it for her, spoil it for my parents, my brothers. I want everyone to just read it when it's completely finished, so get the real experience.
Yeah, and that's the interesting thing too is we haven't really been able to talk a lot about it. We've been obviously Sean and I have been talking back and forth and with our wives, but our friends like, yeah, guy, what are you working on, man? What's going on? And when you finally posted that cover, I was like, this is what we're doing, and people were like, oh my god, you guys this is you? Like, yes, this is what we're doing, and they're jacked. They can't wait for it. So there's definitely a buzz.
Oh yeah.
When I reached out to Sean about when I wanted to reveal it, I didn't even know when I was going to reveal it, but it felt like we had to start the year out right. So I'm glad he got to finish that cover and he actually moved on it immediately. So did Dave. Immediately he got, the logo done. It happened within 4 days, I think. That's how fast we were doing this, either within or maybe less. But, I'm glad we did. I said we got to kick off the year right. After last year, what happened, I said, we got to at least get a good feel. It's, New Year's. We just had the holidays. I said, well, let's kick off the year right. And hopefully within a month, this whole month, people, can slowly start receiving, it's coming, February. You don't even have to really wait that long, we wrapped up really quick. So I'm excited to, it's going to be in people's hand really soon if you really think of it,
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
March to April, on the Kickstarter, I put that I would deliver everything like, April. But I don't know. The way things look, it might even be March, I'm pretty sure some people will probably be receiving it on March, depending how things are, how my situation is at the moment, But we're almost there and people are really going to be able to read it. I'm so glad. I'm those type of people that I can't wait for things. I get frustrated when, there's something I want to see and it's going to take months to get done, or to see, or like movies, like, like for example, last year, all these movies that got delayed, I was upset about it, and I know wait, I'm like, dang, I gotta, got, for example, Godzilla, versus King Kong, that was supposed to come out like last summer.
Yeah.
You had to wait like 9 months now because of Corona, and the little things like that frustrate me. So I'm so glad that I didn't have to have people wait too long. If you think of it, they're probably gonna only wait a real 3 months. That's it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and that's the key with doing all this stuff and getting the stuff out there is getting it in somebody's hand, not having to to just keep everybody waiting, like you mentioned. And I'm glad that we were able to move through this quickly and still put out quality. I mean, we didn't go anything like too crazy as far as like, you know, trying to schedule this thing and try to knock it out in like, you know, a couple of weeks like some folks do. We spent our time, because I want to say we started on this back in what, November? I think that's when we started on it.
Yeah.
And you know, we've you know, moved through it at a pretty brisk pace, but still, you know, being able to put all the quality and whatnot in there.
You know, that is true. I didn't really even think about that, about the project getting rushed. It doesn't even feel rushed. It feels, you know, for the amount of time that everything wrapped up so quick on, for me to just reach out to you and tell you this world exists. And the next thing you know, weeks later, it really came to life within weeks, not even a month, you know, in about, wow, I really need to actually go back and see, and, you know, and how long it really took for this world to come, you know, to life, because it happened so quick. And then today we're almost done, and it looks like this project's been worked on for such a long time because of the quality. It looks like someone took their time and just sat there and, you know, thought it out. It's crazy, especially on your end, because on me, yeah, it was in my head for 2 years, but not on yours, you know. So it feels good. It feels good, high quality. They're gonna receive definitely a major company published book. You know, it's gonna feel that way. I hope for everybody.
Well, we are a major company. We're just babies. We're just getting started.
Yeah. You guys are I don't even know how to compare it, but yeah, you guys are there.
We definitely appreciate that, man. It's been a blast working on the thing, and to continue to work on it here, and like Rodney mentioned, it's like as soon as we got some of those you know, the cover posted and stuff, everybody was just jumping on it, like, you know, wanting to know when is it coming out, when this, you know, how can I get it, all that kind of stuff, you know, all the typicals. And, you know, people are excited. And you know, we got Jamie just joined us here a few minutes ago and is chiming in. And then Tina wants to know if you can tell us who the main character is, and I guess maybe who a few of the main characters are, since there's more than one, obviously.
Yeah, I would say the main character would be, you know, I think that one of the main characters is the villain.
Yeah.
He's
this is
probably
definitely a
more,
villain story,
if you really think of it.
Yeah, that you're right.
So I think the villain, and then I actually have to sit back and see who the second one is, because I'm probably gonna have to go off of how many pages they're in. But I think the villain, I don't, you know, or villains are probably the main characters due to the amount of pages they're in, you know.
Yeah, this is kind of like the equivalent of Infinity War, you know, where Infinity War was like Thanos' story. In this sense, you know, it's your villains, you know, it's their story.
Yeah, I would
Yeah,
agree with that 1,000%.
that is true. It is their story. That makes sense. That does, yeah. Yeah, it's the villains, and I hope we could reveal them, who they are, soon. But then from there, I'd like to say that the Green Ranger is, you know,
Yeah.
from it's, you know, the Green Ranger. Really think of it, the turtles are more like like a little add-on.
Yeah, they're like the oh, what do you call it? Like in the gaming stuff, when you're like I'm thinking back to like old school like Sega games, and like the Maximum Carnage game where like you're playing as Spider-Man, but you could press a button and out jumps like Venom or Cloak and Dagger and stuff. The turtles kind of show up like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. They show up, like those movies. You know which one's probably the best one to put it on. I'm a big Terminator fan, and
Yeah.
I think the last
Oh, yeah.
one, it's like, where was Arnold? And then next, it kind of happens like that. They just show up when you need them, basically.
Yeah.
There you go. That would make sense. Do
And
you guys have a favorite page though? That you guys had a favorite page you guys did on this? On wrote out. Other than I think Rodney's maybe might be the Sylvester one, but you guys inked that you guys thought, this is the page that stands out to me the most.
I'm gonna flip through. I got some of them right here.
Yeah, I'm doing that exact same thing.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's towards the end, and I'm making sure I'm not going on camera here. But page 22, it's kind of like the last like 4 pages, really, were my favorites. I think that's where I like, that's where the story hits like the high point. Like I said, everything's nonstop action, but when you get to those last 4 pages, it's like I was able to do all the fun money shots, do all the fun, all out crazy battle stuff.
I'm trying to look for it just to know exactly what you're talking about. Let me see if I can pull it up.
Page 22 heavily features the Green Ranger.
Okay, you know what? I'm actually almost there. Let me see. 19, 18, 20. Okay, I'm almost there. Okay, yes. Wow, I'm glad this is your favorite page.
Yeah, it's like I think from 22 all the way, even going back to 20. Like 20 was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Because I got to do the big money shot in the first panel. And then all the way through 24, because it's like the all out, epic battle. You're at that high point in the story. And it was just like I got to play around and do a lot of different stuff with those characters that I don't know, it just made it a lot of fun to work on those.
Yeah.
I would have to say, for me, when I saw page 19, and it's funny because I accidentally skipped page 19, and I didn't realize it until like 4 days later, so I had to go back and do it. But I looked at it and I was like, oh, this will be a quick page, and it ended up taking me the longest to ink of all the pages, with the exception of one of the splash pages, which had a ton of characters and texture and background. But I really enjoyed, and I agree with Sean, I would say from 19 through 24, it's my favorite part. But yeah, panel 1 on page 20, I love that panel. Just the action. And then for me, I think 22 really it was a really strong point. Yeah, I'm going to say it's either 19 or 22 for me were my favorite pages to ink. And as far as writing, I literally laughed out loud when I wrote that, the scene that we talked about earlier. But page 21, panel 1, I love that visual. The impact of that is just so exactly what I wanted to convey with the words, and Sean just nailed it visually. And there's another scene like that, similar to that earlier, but I don't have the page in front of me. But yeah, just the impact of that visual is just stunning.
And that character that delivered that is one of my main favorite ones.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad overall, as in the Ranger, and as in the actual Looney Tunes character. He's one of my favorite ones. So when I put this together, I like you. It's weird, but when you do Looney Tunes, or you're gonna have as in, what are the tiers going to be? As in,
Yeah, Danny's asking. He wants to know what the Kickstarter tiers will be like. For example, like you pledge X amount of dollars, you get the regular edition of the book. If you pledge, X amount more, like what can they expect? Because they've already seen that we've got 2 covers. We know there's another one that's going to get revealed, and Murat's doing a cover. So how will that work out? How will they be able to back the project and get the various items?
Something I'm going to do. I'm going to try to get. Is it called like the preview out to public so people can like follow it and see
Yes,
what's
yes.
all there? I'm going to try to get that out hopefully sometime next week once I have the final information I'm waiting from you. Not that whenever, so I can just put it all together and people can start following it. But you can get you could get a digital version of this for $10. For $20, you can get this cover actually right here that you're looking at, the Power Ninja Toons, or the Last Ronin. We have other ones that are coming in, or I'm gonna put some bundles together as well that can save you some money. You can get the collection, or you can get some special limited editions of a gold version and a chrome version.
Ooh.
I might add other ones as well, but at the moment, one's limited to 15. So once that's gone, that's gone. When the limited to 10, that's I think the gold one. Once that's gone, that's gone. I might bring another. You know what? There will be original art as well. So hopefully we can wrap that up this weekend so I can start sharing all that. I just don't know how we're gonna do it with the whole spoiler thing, but I might have to. We might have now, but I'm first one on that dibs though. When it comes to the original art, I'm gonna need a page for myself. So
awesome.
I'll definitely have a page, but yes.
Our plan is yes, we're gonna go through all the artwork because honestly, Rodney and I both have had our heads buried in working on the artwork for the book. But yeah, we are gonna go through, figure out this weekend pricing on the pages, and all that kind of stuff, and block out certain things so that you can post those publicly so people don't know, but at least they can get an idea of what the page will be like that they might want to purchase. But hopefully not reveal too much of the story. So we're going to try to get all that gathered up for you. And then Jamie's asking, will there be a time limit that the Kickstarter will run?
30 days.
30 days.
30 days. So I'm pretty sure you could possibly get everything except the limited things that might run out. But yeah, 30 days. 30 days. We will have the regular editions of these books. We will have the whatever ends up selling on the Kickstarter is what we'll end up printing. Maybe 5 additional for myself. Other than that.
Yeah.
Or some copies for Sean and Rodney as well. But other than that, whatever ends up selling. So we won't sell any of these covers actually after the Kickstarter. So that's something that you're definitely going to want to consider as well. Once these are gone, I'm going to retire them, and I do not plan on making the black and white version later. The virgins. There won't be any versions of these. That's something I really got to get convinced to do that, but I don't think I am. I'm going to try to keep it so limited for everybody. With any project that I do when it comes to these books, I want people to really have something that just 100 exists, 50 exists, whatever ends up selling, and that's the wrap for it. I am also something I'm considering. I haven't really worked on that. Maybe for the ones that are limited to 10, I might do a special COA for that, and I'll send it to Sean, Rodney, and Dave and myself, and we can sign all the COA, or I might do a package where we can, maybe do something with CGC. I just don't know how that would work, or how the time would be for that, and we could maybe offer some books signed and graded. But I plan on doing. Luckily, we still have time. What is it, like 15 days? Wow, 15 days to come
Yeah,
up with
yeah.
the wrap up.
In order to get it up and launched on the 16th, yeah, roughly 15, 16 days here. But
Yeah,
we got plenty of time. Thankfully, the book's close to being done. We should get all the stuff wrapped up for you for the original art, and from there it's just doing those couple little tweaks to the Kickstarter to let people know what they can back, how they can back, all that kind of good stuff, and then we just got to get the word out to everybody.
Yeah, we're gonna share. Luckily, on my Jules Art Collectibles website, I have a lot of subscribers, and I can email them. So that's
Excellent.
a good way. I think subscribers, I got like 500, and I could just email everybody at once. So that's something I'm gonna do as well. They're just gonna say, "Wait, what is this?" But and then I don't really email people. To promote things. I got to get into that habit because I don't do it. I just don't naturally. I'm so used to just posting on my website or on, obviously making an announcement. But I need to be better with emailing. Sometimes I'm so busy that I just post and, hey, it's available. You can find it here. But I'm going to try to email people more often too.
Oh, you need to hire somebody to do that for you.
Yeah.
When it comes, this is hilarious, but because, I run other businesses, every time I've tried to, I don't know why, well, not with this business, every time I try to do something with something else, it doesn't work out. It's so weird that I even put my energy or because I always get disappointed. Like, if I were to tell you a quick little story, the first time I hired somebody to help me with one of my other businesses, he did not show up.
Oh, geez.
That ain't good.
That was bad. Like, you just have no idea how bad that was. And then, the second time they arrived, you know what? They actually arrived and then they left like 2 hours later. They said they had an emergency. They had to go.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. If I were to tell you, so every time I've done that, like, it never works out. And then I feel like, I'm going to train this pro like that happened. I trained everybody and then bam. Train somebody and then bam. It was a little awkward, but yeah, maybe I do, and then my wife is so busy, so half the times she she's going to school, so I like her to just focus and do her thing. She does help me, but when it comes to the simple stuff that she can kind of give me a hand on, that is just quick and easy. Sometimes packing, comic books when we have so many to pack. But yeah, hopefully I can do that, or I can train myself to make it a habit.
We had packing parties.
Yes.
Yeah, Tina and I took all of our stuff up to Columbus to Sean and Stephanie's, and we spent the weekend, and we put together all of our packages for Roadkill Rampage. We had a little packing party. It was fun.
Are you guys local to each other? How
2 hours.
Yeah, about a 2-hour drive between where we're at.
Yeah,
where is it that you guys live at? Now that I think of it, I don't even know what state you guys live in.
We're in Ohio, and Rodney, are you still technically in Ohio? Or are you...
Yeah, we're Cincinnati.
Okay.
But we're in northern Kentucky, which is right across the river from Cincinnati.
Okay.
Then I'm up in Columbus, so like I said, it's about a 2-hour drive.
And how did you?
I'm coming out, whatever. Pardon?
How did you guys meet? Now that I think of it.
Conventions.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you guys? Oh, that's cool. And then I met. It's funny because Sean, if you think of it, we've worked together for a long time.
Yeah.
If you really think of it, it's been a while. You actually gave my business a logo, which is cool, and I'm glad I got to put it on so many books already. I would like to say over 30, 40, maybe 50.
Oh wow.
No, I really had. I lost track of how many exclusives I've ever done, just because it just started, going so high with this, that. Next thing you know, I remember when I first did this, I said if I do one exclusive every 2 months, oh wow, to me that's big. I'm doing, you know, a couple titles a month now, and it's just like, whoa, is this really happening? And then, you know, your logo technically, you know, that you made is on all that, which is pretty cool. So in a way, it's like you ride with me. You get what I mean? That's pretty.
Yeah. Well, if memory serves me right, I think we first met at Comic-Con a few years back, right?
Yes. And yeah, because of Marat, I remember Marat, you know,
Yeah.
sending, and I asked him, hey, so who's this guy that, you know, colors this? And then I remember that's how everything happened. And then oh, it's this guy. I was like, really? I forgot what convention I met you at, but I met you at a convention. I just don't know which one.
I'm pretty sure it was San Diego, if I'm remembering right.
It could be. It could be. I don't remember, but I remember I did meet you at a Comic-Con, and that was very cool that I got to meet you. And then from there, it's just crazy how I did not think we were gonna, you know, end up in doing all these things all these years later, you know, because I met you right when I was starting, you know, right when I was when I was doing everything under King Collectibles, before my dad even said, hey, you know, we're gonna do something. So I had my own logo, and then I said, well, Dad, I was like, we're gonna do something like, you know, what are we gonna use? And that's how, you know, Jolzar basically came to be, you know, Jolzar Collectibles. And I said, I know a guy that could do a logo. And then you've done another, you know, actually other logos for my businesses, which is, you know, Angie's Bounce House, which is a rental company, and then Infinity Bounce House is basically a company that makes them, you know. So I have a business partner, and we make bounce houses, but that's like the brand of the bounce house. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what we ended up doing. So Infinity it's a brand of a bounce house, and then Angie's Bounce House is a rental company, which is, you know, and I'm glad you got to do logos for that too, which is, you know, amazing that, you know, we got to do all this. And then next thing you know, we're making comic books together, which is, you know, fun. I didn't think it was gonna be this fun. Now my mind and myself, I'm like different now. Ever since we did this, because I want to do something again.
Yeah.
You know, which is, you know, I'm glad, but I have that in me now. It's like, so what's next? You know?
Yeah. You got the itch.
Yeah. So what are we gonna do next? So and it feels good.
I want to too. So.
Yeah, and I'm glad I have a team. You know, that's the main thing, that, you know, it's usually, you know, this, and then who's gonna do it, and, you know, hopefully things go the way they're supposed to. We'll know, hey, you know what, Sean, we'll know in a couple weeks what we're gonna do. So in a couple weeks you might hear from me, and then we'll start dating everything again, you know, to see when the next project's gonna come out. And then hopefully this universe is gonna be very different, and maybe we can open doors, even for you. You know, I've doors for my project. Something that I thought of with this project I came up with, which is Arson, was it's so big that I would love to bring creators into it too, you know, saying, hey, Sean, so we wrapped up Arson issue 1 and 3, which is the first arc. What do you want to do from here? You know, there's this character. Do you want to try to dive in to do something? That's something that came to my mind as well, because I feel like we can go so many directions. I could go, you know, out there, over here. And I feel like if I were to open this universe, if I could just start it and then just go all out, you know, I feel like it would be something really cool that you can probably hopefully do, you know, as well. And Rodney, you know, hey, you know, why don't we move, you know, with this character over here, or his origins, or, you know, or I hope so.
Yeah. I hope we get there, and hopefully this thing, you know, kickstarts everything. Pun intended. But yeah. I've been given the warning by producer A here. Supposed to show off and the Looney Tunes, and that we should start to wrap things up here. But I want to just jump in here and say, you know, Jose, I really appreciate the opportunity to work on the book. I've had an absolute blast working with you, getting to work with Rodney, because this is like the first real project Rodney and I got to like dive into like full bore together. And you know, if you want to give any last plugs for Power Ninja Toons or anything like that.
Yeah, so the Kickstarter is coming February 16th. So stay tuned for that. It's gonna be fun. I'm hoping you guys will be able to read it by April, March even. So it's coming soon. I appreciate everyone that came up onto the show, and I appreciate Sean, Rodney, Dave. I'm gonna forget the name, so I'm gonna look on my phone just so Tanya. Is it Tanya? Tina. I appreciate Tina as well for reaching out to me and sometimes setting things up or asking about the project as well. That means a lot to me. It shows that you guys care a lot for it, so that means a lot. And Marat as well. A big shout out to Marat, and thanks for everybody. And we'll hopefully get on again soon. Who knows? For another show.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah, I'm sure when the Kickstarter is active, we'll be doing a lot of stuff together.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of podcasts.
Now we'll get you on here to give it a little bit of plug here and there as it runs, and we'll promote the heck out of it, and we'll get people going there.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much for having me on the show.
Yeah, man. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for giving everybody some input on the book here, and again, thanks for bringing us on board to do this.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you. No, it was my pleasure. You guys all stay safe then. Take care. And thanks again for having me on here.
Yep. You too, man. Have a good night.
Have a good night.
All right. So that brings us to the end of another Friday night draw here. Rodney, are you going to be streaming this weekend?
No.
Nope.
No streaming this weekend.
All right. I am not either. I'm going to be finishing up not only the artwork that we talked about, but be coloring the third variant cover and some pages for Power Ninja Toons and all that good stuff this weekend.
Yeah, I got to finish inking page 24, which I will do that tomorrow. And that'll be the last page for me to ink.
Excellent. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for everybody that tuned in, and appreciate everybody being here as always. And come back and join us next Thursday and Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And there we go. Hopefully everybody has a great weekend, and we will catch you all on the next live stream.
Night, everybody.